Thanks for joining me. This is Danny, and welcome back to Real Tech Season 3, episode number 20, in which we're going to do some building in preparation for an auto crafting factory. Let's get started. I had originally planned on building a big factory somewhere over here that was going to be our auto crafting factory. I have changed my mind for a couple reasons. One, I would like the factory to be very close to my house because that's where all the auto crafting is going to be happening, and I don't want to have to be sending items really far away and then having to wait a long time for them to come back. Also, I got a suggestion during my last stream from someone to build a grass roofed house, like kind of a Nordic style grass roofed house. So what I decided I want to do is to build a couple of outbuildings, or actually make them look like outbuildings in a similar style as my existing house, that are built into the side of the hill with a grass roof. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to have one kind of building here that's going to be kind of sticking out of the side of this hill, but it's mostly going to be in the hill. We'll have a cute little entrance over here. We'll kind of make it look like just a traditional little, I would say hobbit house, but it's not really going to be like a hobbit house, but something kind of like that. And then maybe we'll have a couple windows sticking out of the side of this hill or something. And then I'm going to have another one over here on the other side. It's basically going to be connected to a very large basement from the house. So we're going to have a really large space to work with down here, which we're going to need. In this pack, auto crafting takes up a lot of space. We don't have like refined storage or something like that where you can just throw down a block or two and do auto crafting with it. We're going to have to build large assemblers with immersive engineering and create. We'll also have some machine crafting and stuff going on down there too. Before we get into that, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's happened since the last episode. I did some off-camera work in order to secure some more resources. So I needed to move my excavator. So the first thing I did was I upgraded our power lines that are running, our long distance power lines that are running like along these pathways. I upgraded them to medium voltage. I did that for two reasons. One, because we're losing way too much power on the low voltage. The medium voltage loses a lot less power, especially in this pack because it's configured in such a way that they lose very, very little power, the medium voltage ones. And also because I wanted to be able to run more power to our area where the excavator is able to get coal. And it was kind of far away, so I needed to be able to run power way over there. So then I tore down the excavator, which was kind of sad, but we got plenty of iron now. So like I'm set for iron for quite some time. We may have to bring it back there and get some more at some point in the future. I tore that down and then I set it up again using the create schematic cannon, and now we've got the excavator getting coal over there, and it's getting it very quickly. Like I had a couple stacks of coal already, like before I even got much else done. So I'm going to build our first little outbuilding here. It's going to be kind of up. I'm going to have a little stairs going up to it right around here, and it's going to meet up with this stairs. And then I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to get down there from inside the house because I want to have some kind of access in here. But I think I'm going to have like some kind of maybe even a little elevator or something, or maybe just a ladder and a trapdoor. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I want to get this thing all built first, and then we'll worry about how to connect it. We're going to have a basement, and then we're going to have a sub basement, and that's what these things are going to be connected to. That's where that's going to go. I might end up putting kind of a stone wall there to look like it's retaining that, or I might terraform it back. We'll see. And it's going to be built with similar materials to the house. So I'm going to be using dark oak, and then this is all, we're going to hollow that all out, but we'll get to that. Our door. And then I want to use those little acacia windows because I think they look really good, and there's a specific shape and size that I'm going for here for the entrance. And then we're going to have two little windows on the sides. And then that can be kind of buried. We'll put dirt there just to make it look like it's kind of buried in the side of the hill. And then the same thing over on this side. I've got these stripped acacia log windows from MacLeod's Windows. Similar to the ones I have at the house, but smaller. Okay, that's kind of cute so far. Oh, and I've got these acacia cottage doors. So this is Also from MacLeod's doors, and it takes the spruce door print, so it's basically the shape and the look of the spruce door, but in acacia. So I think that works really well with these blocks. And then we've got from Structurized, we've got these moss slate dark oak shingles. I'm only going to put these on the front because most of this is going to be grass. So I wanted these mossy slate shingles so that it has a look of like, well, you know, mossy, grassy, whatever. And then on the top, we've got these guys. So I'm actually just going to have those go to the back like that. And then I'm going to fill this in so that this is all grass. Well, we'll have to wait till they become grass blocks. But that's basically it. And I'm actually going to extend it back a little bit so that some of the wood is going to be exposed back here, and then we'll have a few windows over there too. So that'll bring in a little bit of light, and then we'll be able to look across the river over at the at the windmill from there. And then these from the copper lanterns from supplementaries, I think that'll actually look good hanging right above the door. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So it's just a cute little simple thing, right? Similar to the house. It looks like it could be a little outbuilding for the house. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now I'm going to do almost this exact same build on the other side. This is where that one's going to be. I got a little path here. Eventually, I think I'm going to have this come around here and go and hit the train station after I build the train station. For now, I've got a path going this way too, so that we can easily get back and forth to the front of the house or whatever. But one of the nice things about these buildings being attached to our main house is it's going to give us easier access to like different areas. So this is where I'm going to build this one, and this is pretty much going to be exactly the same as the other one, for the most part. Ta-da! There it is. Let's actually I want to get a better view of this though. Let's climb a tree, sort of. Oh, it's so cute. Now we got to do the interior. I made a little shortcut. All right, let's take a peek inside. Oh, there's no inside. I have to break a lot of dirt down there, so I decided to make an excavator. And I'm making it with these tools. We need 2 large plates and 2 large handles, or 2 tough handles. So I went with Constantan. I haven't used Constantan yet, but it has a pretty nice mining speed. It had something else that I liked too. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it uses materials that I have a lot of, including, of course, Constantan is made from copper and nickel, and I have tons of both copper and nickel, especially nickel, and I have no use for nickel. So, but it also has a pretty good mining speed, 7.5. So that's a pretty high mining speed for a material that is otherwise something I'm going to throw away. I'm doing another slime wood tough handle so that we get the overgrowth modifier along with the over slime, which means that this is going to produce slime by itself and it's going to consume slime instead of durability. And then I added a plated slime wood tough handle. This is new-ish. You take your slime wood tough handle and you pour brass over it, and it gives you overworked, which doubles basically the amount of slime produced by overgrowth or anything else. And it gives us a little bit of extra durability modifier, but it does slow us down a little bit. So I actually probably would have been better off doing just 2 overgrowth slimes, or 2 slime woods, but whatever. I don't care. This is something that's not going to get used a lot, so like the over slime is going to be really nice because it's going to basically, or the overgrowth is going to be really nice because it's basically going to fill itself up with slime while we're not using it, which is most of the time. And then when we want to use it, see right now it's already starting to fill up with slime. We got 2 over slime out of 187, and we'll be able to use that to dig out all the stuff down there. Here we go. Time to diggy dig dig. I got 2 levels I'm digging out. This is going to be, right here is the basement level. I'm going to wait till my excavator has enough slime because that's where most of the dirt is. And then this is the, I guess, sub-basement, which is also going to be our outbuilding stuff. So, let's get started. Made myself a destruction gadget from Building Gadgets. This is going to allow me to just destroy blocks and void them. I have it set just for safety. I have it set in a 3x3x1. And you can change things here, and then you click confirm, and basically we just right click and it just voids the blocks, since I just want to save durability on my tools, and I don't really need all this cobblestone because I have plenty. And this does require a bit of RF. Well, I dug all this out. This is our sub basement. Now I just need to kind of decorate it. I need to figure out how to kind of blend this in. Wow, I got a gold ore too, and a copper. Interesting. Look at all this coal. I think I can shut this thing off. I don't need any more coal. Wow. Nice. Yeah, I think we can move this now somewhere else and get another resource. My basement and sub-basement are coming along. This is the basement. It's, you know, pretty basic. Not real big. It's the same footprint as the house upstairs, which is, you know, makes sense, right? Because it's the foundation of the house. So I don't know if there's a whole lot going to happen in this room, but right now we've got this thing set up. It's powering our little crafting system up there that's making andesite. So we actually already have a little bit of auto crafting happening here. And then the sub basement, which we can actually separate. I've got trapdoors for both of these. So we can open that to continue on down. Looks a little bit like this so far. I kind of want to do something a little different with the floor, but I found this. I think, I don't know if there was a flower circle here or something at one point, but I must have gone down there for something at some point. I have no idea how far down that goes. I'm very curious because I don't remember doing that. But there's going to be a beam there that's going to cover that up. But you know what? Let's just, I'm just curious. I want to see what I came down here for. Cobblestone. Okay. Oh, it's very deep. I don't think, oh, I bet this was a flower circle, maybe. Because it stops right here. Yeah, and it looks like I mined out a couple things here. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I still don't know what this was, but I bet it was a flower circle. Probably early game I came down here and grabbed a flower circle. So I've already come across a situation where auto crafting would be really nice. And that is because I'm making concrete from Immersive Engineering, which has a recipe that requires water, a water bucket. So it can be kind of a pain to craft. And one of the nice things about the immersive, and I'm actually slabbing them so that they go further. So one of the nice things about the Immersive Engineering assembler is that you can craft with fluids. So we will definitely be doing that next time. So I've kind of made these, oh. Yeah, I don't know about that stone roof there. I think I'm going to change that. Let's go over on this side because this one's a little bit more complete. Yeah, wait, no it isn't. Okay, I have a little bit of work to do in here yet. But I'm trying to make the ends look more like a little house or a little cabin or outbuilding or actually shed. We can think of it as like a shed, I guess, because that's kind of what it looks like from the outside, right? Like a cute little shed. And then in the center, the concrete looked, I thought the concrete looked really good with everything else, but it still has kind of a, you know, hard industrial-ish sort of look. So I think like the mix of blocks here gives it kind of a cozy look, but at the same time it's somewhat industrial. I don't know. What do you think? And we have some exposed pipes here. I decided to leave those exposed rather than camouflaging them because I just think it's kind of cool watching this stuff pass through. And actually we can watch that. We have a whole lot of coal because I basically remember all that coal that I found, all those coal ore that I found. I put those in the crusher, which gives us 4 coal per block. So it's working on them and we're going to have lots and lots of coal. So if we do this, we get the concrete tiles, and then we can slab these also. And then what I would do is just kind of mix it in every once in a while. So like just kind of like that. So just to give the floor a little bit of texture. You can make a concrete with slag, which is the waste product. And you can also use a jerry can rather than having to fill up a can. Like normally you make it with a bucket of water and it's a pain. But if you use a jerry can, you can do 10 recipes at once. It's the same. You can do the same thing with treated wood also. At the end of the last episode, I was almost out of coal. Now I have 3,580 coal. There's our cute little shed with the grass roof and buried in the side of this hill. Let's see what it looks like inside. Ta-da! Definitely not what you would expect. You know, you look at the outside, it looks tiny, and then you go inside and it's quite large. It's large, yet somehow it manages to feel cozy. I don't know. Oh, I missed a couple pieces there. But this is it. So we're going to have a bunch of assemblers set up in here. We're going to have some create stuff set up in here also for auto crafting. And we may have some machines down here for auto crafting too, and furnaces and stuff like this. Oh, this, by the way, that's just the tunnel that our pretty pipes are heading over to the factory from here. Oh, and the pipe pressurizer. We never really have any reason to go in here. Like, we should never have to touch that. But whatever, I decided to put a door there anyway. Just in case, because you never know. I like coming in this way too, because it kind of feels like you're heading into a tiny little shed, and then you look and you're like, oh, it's big. And plus, I like the fact that we've got windows too. Like, one of the reasons I don't like building underground bases, besides the fact that I kind of feel like it's cheating a little bit, because then you don't have to worry about building. But I don't like the fact that there's never windows. But now we're kind of in an underground base here with lots and lots of space, but we have windows and we can see if it's light outside or dark outside, and we can watch the sunset over here and the sunrise over there, and we can look out at our water wheel and our windmill. As we're producing more carbon pollution too, we're going to get grass like this kind of stuff growing up there too, which is going to make it look even better. Because like the Minecraft grass blocks, you know, I mean, they don't really give it that like grass roof look. It just looks like big weird square dirt on top of the building. But like once we add, actually I could just bone meal a little bit too, just to add some tall grass up there. So next time we're going to set up a bunch of auto crafting inside that tiny little shed. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's really bigger on the inside. Using pretty pipes and create and immersive engineering, kind of like we have a refined storage system or something, except we don't. It's going to be much more interesting and immersive. After that, I'm going to continue on with the rail network. Some of you are around for the stream that I did quite a while ago, where we started building a rail network that was supposed to take us all the way out here to our desert mine. But we ran out of lapis and found that lapis is extremely difficult to find in this particular world. There was a problem with the world gen of lapis, apparently, that has since been fixed in the pack, but not so much in my world. So I have found a place where we can get lapis from the excavator. So I am going to be continuing this rail network in another stream in the near future, but we're going to focus on just getting here to this barrel, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point site, which is where we're going to be able to get lapis with the excavator. So we're going to grab our excavator, which is over here right now, and we're going to set it up over here, and then we'll have to figure out how we're going to power it, because I'm definitely not going to run power lines all the way out there. So we're going to set up probably a power thing here and everything, but we're going to run rails going out there so that we can easily and quickly go back and forth. We're going to get ourselves some lapis, which will allow us to set up more high-speed rails and then continue on with the rail network, which we're only about 25% done with right now, but at that point, that's going to get us about halfway done. Now, there's going to be some change in plans with this as well, because this was my desert temple mine. I had to go over here in the desert in order to get redstone and gold. Those were two resources that I can't get locally that I could get here in the desert. We no longer need to do that. Actually, lapis was one of those as well. We no longer need to do that because we're getting those resources from the excavator now. So I have a different plan. One of the problems that I have with this place where I live right now is that the winters are super, super long, and it snows every season except summer. And the lake freezes over every season except summer, and it's just always cold here, and I'm tired of it. So I want a place to go during the winter. So I found a couple amazing sites over here that are very beautiful and picturesque. So what I want to do is I want to instead build the rail to over there so that we can have a place to hang out and just build some stuff and enjoy some nice scenery during the winter where the weather is going to be quite pleasant. So I hope you join me for all that. Next episode, we're doing auto crafting. The one after that, we're doing rail network, which is going to be a stream. And then I'm going to edit the stream into a video. So if you happen to miss the stream, you'll see the highlights here. I will be streaming on YouTube. I don't know exactly when yet. So I hope you join me for all that stuff coming up. And if you did enjoy this, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And join me next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.